All right, day 3 of the main. Let's do this.
That wasn't very good.
That wasn't very good, Katie. What's up, guys? Doug Polk here, and we're back for day 3 of the main event. Today should be a pretty exciting day. We're going to make the money, hopefully. In years past, I think the money has been broken around level 14 or 15, which is the either 4th or 5th level of the day. And it's a 5-level day, so right around the end. But this year might be a bit different because it is a little bit of a bigger field. So they're saying that there's some chance that it could be early tomorrow. I'm really hoping they play down to the money today. Not that I'm trying to play down to the money today, but I just think that for a lot of people to have to come back on day 4 and then bust early and leave without making the money. Look, playing tournaments can be grueling. If you can avoid playing 4 days of poker without cashing, we should probably try and avoid that just for the good people of the World Series of Poker. So hoping that we do make the money tonight. I checked my table draw out. Not really anyone too notable. There is one Magic the Gathering player named Eric Froland. I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly, but he's at my table. And other than that, I didn't really know any of the names. So seems like a fairly good draw. Additionally, when I looked at chips, the stacks, something kind of amazing happened. I think I'm around 100th in chips or so, maybe 90th or 100th, and not one player with more chips ended up at my table. So I'm actually the biggest stack. And if you think about it like this, there are like 100 players in this tournament that I had to avoid for that to happen. So very fortunate to get a good, what seems to be a good table with a great stack, the biggest stack, and then we're going to be playing the money. This could be the kind of day where you really build that stack up to try and make a run late in the event. Now, the thing is this, these stages are still so early, they don't really matter that much. You know, if I build a big stack here, it'll be cool. It's better than not. But at the same time, putting it in perspective, I have 288,000 chips right now. Okay, that's like 6 people. All right, that's 6 people's stacks. I need to win 7,200 people's stacks. So it's the right step. I'm happy about today. We're gonna have to execute and go from there. I'm gonna start the day with 288,000 chips, like I said. If you guys ever want updates on how I'm doing, what the stack is at, I'm putting them on Instagram every day, Doug Polk Poker. All my Instagram stories, you can check and see how I'm doing. If you want the sweat, I know some of you guys don't like to be spoiled. You like to know when the vlog comes out, but really your choice, wanted to just put it out there. All right, day 3 of the main. Let's do this. All right, nice and hot out. About to go into the cool Rio. I think we're on Amazon today, Amazon 164. I hope. We're gonna find out. So we got a fire alarm going vlog, and we got this guy. They probably called it on him.
Look, would a well-dressed guy like this?
Oh wow, yeah, I saw you making fun of me on TV, man.
Like shooting fish in a barrel. You're dressed like you're Al Bundy who just lost his job. Represent yourself. Represent the game.
All right, I'll grow a mustache.
No, that's a shot at me because you know you would never grow this mustache.
I never would. All right,
I wish
man.
you would dress as well as you would play because you play really well.
Oh, thank you. Oh, he's got a heart. He's got a heart. All right, so we just wrapped up the first level of the day. Pretty quiet level. I took the 350 pretty quick and then let a few off, but we're on 320, so good size stack, a little increase, kicking the day off, pretty happy with it. As far as hands go, we didn't really have too many interesting hands, but I'll pick one really quick for you guys. So the action folds to my small blind. We're playing $1,000, $2,000 blinds. The big blind has 65K to start the hand, and there's a 300 chip ante. So folds to my small blind. I look down. I have ace of clubs, queen of diamonds. I opened it up to 5.5 thousand, and the big blind, who has 65K, he calls. The flop comes ace, jack, 10, with the jack and the 10 of diamonds, ace of hearts. I check. sorry, I bet around 4,500, a little bit under my pre-flop raise, and he decides to call. Now, one of the reasons I like that smaller bet size, if he has a hand like King X or Queen X, that puts him in a tough spot. If you go big, he can probably mainly fold those hands and call pairs, but when you pick a small size, you put hands like, you know, weak 10 or a king or a queen in a spot where they should probably call a lot of the time, but might want to occasionally fold, which I think makes the size pretty good. Anyway, he calls. One of the good things about this flop, by the way, is that it's a board where I'm going to have a lot more strong hands than him. I think I'm going to be, you know, I know I'm going to be raising a lot of like the top premium hands, and I would expect to get 3-bet by the high pairs, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I have 4,500, he calls. The turn is a king, offsuit king. So we turn the nuts, and now the question is value or trap. In these spots out of position, I generally advocate to play on the conservative side and protect your check range. If you start betting a bunch of the hands like queens here, and then when you check, you're going to be pretty light on those hands. Now, you will have a good amount of queens. You can certainly raise some queen X, bet the flop, and trap as well. But one of the reasons I like trapping with this queen even more than the other ones is that when I have an ace in my hand, he's a little less likely to have a hand like an ace that's going to just try and show down. So I check. He decides to bet. I think he bets something around 9,000. I call. And then the river is an offsuit 8. So of course have the nuts. I check. He bets 23,000. And then, you know, I pretend to think for a little bit, make it 46,000, and he has a queen. So we chop it up. He had queen jack off. Not the best turn. Seemed okay at the time. In retrospect, not the best. But really, a lot of small pots, a lot of small ball going on here. And guys, there are lines everywhere. Finally, all of the day threes are together into one day. I'm excited because that means that from this level forward, it's going to get smaller. So there are going to be less people here. It's going to be a little more quiet, the Rio. I'm looking forward to that. All players play today for the first time. So headed to level 2, high hopes, picking up some chips. Let's see what we can get done. This is Dong, having a snack. How many chips you got?
80K.
80K, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Still in it.
Still in it.
Nice. All right.
Really deep. Doesn't seem like a lot because everyone has like a million, but still pretty deep.
All right. Yep, one day at a time.
Yep.
All right, so we are here on the second break of the main. Brutal level. We got demolished. We got 3-bet by everyone. There was some leading in some timely spots. Of course, there was a good amount of check raising, which is always fun too. But I'm gonna go with just the single, probably biggest hand that I played for this break's hand. I opened up the low jack with queen jack of spades. I think I have around 220K at this point. The cutoff, who has 3-bet me in back-to-back the last 2 hands, decides to flat, so I'm feeling all right. And then everyone else gets out of the way. The flop comes jack, 10, deuce, rainbow, one of my suit. I check it over to him. He bets 10K, which is kind of his standard flop size. 10K into something around, you know, 14-ish K, so pretty big flop size. But again, has been the guy's standard size, so, you know, obviously not too much to say. Check call with this hand. So we check call. The turn is a queen creating a backdoor flush draw. So we turn top 2, pretty good situation. Check, and he checks back. The river is an offsuit 3. Now, I think this is a pretty clear bet. I think the question is, what size do we want to go with? I like to go with something, what's up, Carlos? I like to go something around 27,000. Seems like a pretty solid size, top 2. I imagine he's gonna have some hands like ace jack, king jack, maybe a scared jack 10. Not too many hands that we lose to. And he snaps me off and has a set of 10s. So obviously we lose that one. Really, we were all the way down to 110 at one point, but on the actual last hand, somebody open jammed with queen 10 off. We had ace king and re-jammed, and we got the hold. So 165, not ideal, but you know, still like a good number of chips. Big blind's gonna be 3K, plenty to work with, and excited to go into the next level. So let's try and get it going. All right, so we just wrapped up level 4 of the day. Had a pretty rough level, lost most of my chips. We are down to 62,000. Not exactly what you want to see. And also, what's up, man? How's it going? GTO is a way of life. Anyway, I lost most of my chips, and I'm also developing some kind of throat thing, making talking a little more painful. Still can do it, but I'm a little worried that sickness is in the air. You know, the Rio flu, whatever. Anyway, there is one hand I want to talk about. It was a really tough spot. It's the way I lost most of my chips. So I just moved tables. Under the gun opens, and we're on something around 250,000 chips to start the hand. Under the gun opens, I call in the big blind, and I believe it was a three-way flop. I think the cutoff called as well. So three-way flop, ace 9-7 rainbow. I have 10-8 off. I check, under the gun bets 10K into something along the lines of 30-ish K, 28K. Sorry, the blinds are 2K, 4K, and he opened at 10K under the gun. So it's got to be a 500 chip ante, 4K big blind. It's got to be something like 32K. See, that's really small on the flop. The cutoff folds, and I'm in the big blind with 10-8. And you definitely want to work in some check raises with hands like 10-8, 8-6. You know, a decent amount of the time. You can certainly have ace-9, 9-7.
He's doing the most for poker, everyone. Everyone should know. He is doing the most. I told him that last break, and he's still doing it.
Oh, man, I got to do
He's
this
still
hand.
in.
Thanks, dude.
Ran 10K to 250.
Good luck, man. All right, so ace-9-7. I check raise to about 32,000 on the flop. Now, in general, you want to go with your straight draws, your open-enders, and then every now and then a gutter's fine too, especially if it has like a backdoor flush draw or something. But you got to be careful with those because if you start using all those gutters, you can really easily overbluff. But anyway, I check raise, he calls. The turn is a 10, and this is where things are getting like pretty dicey because now we have middle pair, right? I really don't mind either bet or check call. One thing that I tend to evaluate in spots like this where I turn middling showdown value, the first question I ask myself, am I ever good here, or do I have much showdown value? In this spot, I'm not exactly sure how much I really have. I don't exactly know how light he's folding the flop. So that might make me a little more inclined to bet. And then additionally, you know, do we have a lot of other draws that have improved? And that's certainly true. You know, we're going to have Jack-8 suited. We're going to have 8-6 as well as our two pairs. So on cards that are favorable for my range like this one, I tend to lean a little bit more towards betting them and looking to fire some rivers. So we bet around 53,000 on the turn, setting up a nice sized river shove type situation. He calls. The river is another 10. Okay, so we river trips, and now it's like I don't really see that much value in betting. You know, maybe we can get ace, king, ace, queen to call, but in general, you know, we're going to want to. In general, I think that if we bet the river, he's going to continue with a pretty tight range overall. Also worth noting on this river, if we had a hand like two pair, we are definitely going to have to check now and be in a pretty disastrous spot. So having some three of a kind in the check range as well makes some sense. So anyway, I check, and he bets 100K. Into, you know, what's got to be around 160, 170, or 180. I mean, look, it's a tough spot. Honestly, like, I think you could make a pretty reasonable case that it's tough to have many hands here that are weak enough in our opponent's range to bluff with. I mean, look, there's no flush draw. He'd have to just be floating like really light here. Or he'd have to maybe turn a hand like 9-7 suited into a bluff. Is he opening that? Kind of debatable. I think if he has like a weak ace, he's probably going to take a showdown. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm very unhappy with the situation overall. But the thing is, I can also have hands like ace-9, ace-7, 9-7, and then some bluffs, of course, as well that are just giving up. So, you know, I had to find some calls, right? And, yeah, I called and he had a set 7, so, or a boat. So, you know, I guess not exactly ideal. It would have been nice to hit a jack or a 6 and just go for some value, but sometimes it's just the nature of the beast. I still think river's close. I think that the real problem in this hand is what does he get to the river with and bluff, especially when you come into a table cold and you don't really know anything about the players. I tend to just kind of try and play within my range and go from there. So that was the big hand that we played. We're really short stacked. I'm getting a sore throat. Not good times right now at the Rio, but one more level or maybe two into the money. Maybe we can get the cash. No idea, but we're going to try and spin it up. we spun the 60 up to like 280, something around 280, 275, 280, and opened up pocket queens under the gun to 11,000 at 2.5. I think we had around 280K start the hand, 275K start the hand. Under the gun +1 flat. Folds to the big blind, who's the chip leader around the bubble at my table. He makes it 60K to go in the big blind, and I gave him it's going to be a cold day in hell with the pocket queens. Under the gun +1 folds. He says, let's gamble. He's got the ace-king suited, and well, this happened. All right, queens versus ace-king suited for a ton. Damn it. That is going to be it.
Which made the money?
No, I bubbled. I'm the bubble. Here we are at the halls of the Rio, packed up. The summer is ending. It was a good summer, guys. It's coming to an end. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us for the vlog. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna maybe do some vlogs when I'm down in Florida. I'm gonna be playing in Florida. Should be some cash games and some tournaments and stuff. I'm gonna play down there. Then another trip coming up late August. But I don't think we're gonna have any vlogs for a bit. I'm probably gonna go back to some more standardish type of vids here on the channel, but always try and throw these guys in whenever I can. You know, the World Series is a special time as a poker player, and when it comes to an end, it's always a little bit bittersweet. But I couldn't be happier for, you know, how great the summer went, and I'm thankful for that. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Look, if you want to check out when the giveaway is going to be, we're going to do the drawing. It's going to be in a few days. I'm going to put all the announcements up over on Facebook at Doug Polk Poker. You can stop by over there and check out. We'll do a live stream drawing. We're going to do 10 small winners. I think we're going to do 10 small winners, one big winner, subject to change. But we're still giving away something like $30,000. So head over there, check it out. Remember, you have a few more days to sign up for that giveaway. And I want to let you guys know that I really appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out the vlog. And all the support. Look, like, it's been crazy here at the Rio. Everyone, you know, been really supportive and nice to me, and you know, I'm thankful to have such a great fan base. Cheers, guys. Thanks. Always next year. Always next year.